Wow, good morning, every single person. It's another beautiful Monday morning. It's such a joy to come your way in this edition of Knox to Nuggets. My name is Oluwayomi and I'm so happy to have you join me today again. Thank you everybody joining me online. I do not take your coming for granted. Thank you for this share of your space, and thank you for those that will watch after now. I truly do appreciate it. And like I will always say, I need you to do me something. I need you to like it. I need you to comment. I need you to share it. Let the world know what is going on here. I'm telling you, we are at a great time. Particularly this edition, I'm so excited. Thank you, Big Brother, and everybody coming online. Thank you so much. I know before I go a step further, I need to just celebrate my number one cheerleader. It was his birthday yesterday, and I have to appreciate him on Knox to Nugget because is the wind behind the sail. I recall when we started Knox to Nugget 2 years ago, and I really didn't want to do it. He kept pushing, he kept encouraging, he kept saying, "You can do it." The whole house became a studio, and he would encourage it. I turned every corner to studio for every edition. We were recording it, and he was there. He would watch it, he would comment, he would critique it, it will tell me what next to do. And so today on Knox to Nuggets, I celebrate Gilbert Ute. Thank you for your support. Yesterday was his birthday, and we had a blast. All the cake, the rice, the drinks. If you missed it, sorry, take yours online. I truly appreciate it. And today, we're going on again in another time out with Fred Amobi. One of the things I couldn't stop talking about last week is the feedback I got. Of course, if you were online last week, you met him, but if you were not, I will introduce him again to you. But I want to ask you one thing. Go back to last week edition. It's still on our Facebook page, it's on our YouTube channel, and please watch it. I'm telling you, it was absolutely amazing. So Fred Amobi, a dear friend, is a leader of over 30 years experience covering consulting, finance, sales, marketing, general management in different sectors: the fast moving goods, the packaging, the building construction, in various multinational organizations. He has been a leader par excellence. The result he produces speaks for him. He's a fellow of both ICANN, Institute of Chartered Accountants of Nigeria, and the Chartered Institute of Taxation of Nigeria. He graduated with distinction in accountancy from the IMT Enugu, and he holds a master's degree in business administration. He has several certifications on to his credit. He's been in Harvard Business School, Management Center Europe, widely traveled gentleman, a husband of a fantastic lady, a wonderful father, and a dear friend of well over 35 years. Ladies and gentlemen, help me this morning to celebrate as I bring on set a friend and a brother, Fred Amobi. Thank you so much, so much for coming on again today. I truly appreciate it. Good morning.
Good morning, Yomi. Good to see you.
Thank
Good
you.
morning,
Good to see you.
listeners.
Wow, last week was awesome, but the feedback from last week was humbling. Somebody said to me, I've sent this to every single member of my family. Everyone needs to listen to it. I've sent it to even my children that the mistake we made, they will not make it. But you said so many things, but I want to take you through, I want to remind the viewers of about 5 basic points. You said you defined retirement, saying it is withdrawing from actively making money. That's retirement. And you shocked some people to say that retirement is applicable to both the employee and the entrepreneur. That the fact that you have a business of your own does not mean that you will work until you die. I remember that quote again. If you cannot make money while you are sleeping, then you will work until you die. So you say everyone must prepare for tomorrow. But at that point, you said the starting point is, what type of retirement do you want? When you can define the type of retirement you want, then clearly you'll be able to know how to prepare for it. And you said savings leads to higher investment, investment leads to return. So the starting point of preparing for tomorrow is savings. And then you brought another shocker. You said children are not a retirement plan. And you very well validated it. The Bible says it so well. A good man leaves an inheritance for his children's children. A good man does not live off his children's children, but he leaves an inheritance for them. So, having laid the foundation of all those things you said, what went through my head is you talked about savings. But we all know that savings, money in the bank, depreciates. So what my 1 million can buy in January, it cannot buy again in this February. So is savings a retirement plan? Fred, over to you.
Thank you, Yomi. Now, when I made a comment about savings, it's about making sure that you do not spend your income in today. You have to save before you have to do the next thing. I do not advocate for you to save and keep in the bank. Like I said, savings is what you pull through to be able to make investment. I know general people interchange savings and investment, but they are really not exactly the same. I know there's an element of investment in a savings, but really putting your money in the bank as the savings is not what I'm trying to advocate. You save in order to invest. So the key thing is to make sure you invest your savings, not to go and put money in a bank like you say. So it's not about saving in a bank. It's about saving in order to do what? To invest. So there
Savings
are
is the
many
starting
things.
point.
Yeah, it's the starting point.
So go ahead. You were going to say that there are many.
Of course, when you talk about investment, and there are different kinds of investment you could do. And you see, investment is a wide topic when it comes to issue about retirement. I know many people have asked the question, where can I invest? Now, the question is, where are you today? What age are you today? Your investment is a function of your risk level and where you are in your risk appetite. Now, let me say something that as you are growing in your age, and if you are coming to age of 50 or so, I expect your savings, your investment to be on a conservative investment outlets. Conservative means where your capital can be preserved, where you are not focusing on high return. Naturally, high return means high risk. So my advice to people when it comes to retirement plan is not to get involved in high return investments, especially when you are advancing in age. If you're in your 20s, that's fine. Because if high return results in a high risk and you lose it, you still have time to rebuild. But if you are at my age level, then I will advise you not to take a risk to that level of high return. So there are many investments out there that you can get involved with. I will probably give a few, but it's not a bucket. But I think that you could, it's something you can get to an investment person, to professional to give you more advice. But first is this, in retirement plan, you need to understand that people have talked about real estate. That's important investment area, but somebody will say, do I have money to invest in real estate? There are mutual funds you can invest in. Again, in the mutual fund you have to invest in, remember there are many components of mutual fund. There are mutual funds that are high risk, high return. Like if you talk about equity fund could give you a very high return, but you can also lose money there. There are also other kinds of investment in mutual fund you can get involved with. There are other investment areas you can go into that are vast. I've talked about mutual fund. I've talked about insurance. Insurance is an investment, actually. You can invest in insurance. You can invest in stock, looking at companies that have fundamentals, companies that you know that will have institutional value that can last for a long time. So when you invest in stock, you're investing in two things. You're investing in what you call capital appreciation. So the value of the stock will increase. And you're investing in dividend as well. But for somebody who is investing for retirement, my advice is that you focus on stock that will give you dividend, that will give you streams of income as you retire, not necessarily in capital appreciation. That's fine. But it's important to look at for companies that have good story dividend payment plan. Because when you retire, your dividend plan, the dividend should be the return you're going to be getting. You don't have to retire and sell your shares because you could put money in something that will get lost. Remember that the key thing about investment for retirement is making sure you have a capital preservation. That capital must be preserved and also have some returns that be able to meet your daily needs. I think that's what I will say for now until I get your next question.
Wow, you've actually said so much, and you've answered the question of a lot of people. Where can I invest? What exactly can I do? However, you said something about people in your age bracket. A few of the feedbacks I got, a lot of people are wondering, Yomi, is it not too late? Somebody said to me, I'm a year to 60. You don't get it. Is it not too late? So, my question to you again is, what can I begin to do now? Is it too late? Should I just live my life to chance now because it's too late? What can I begin to do?
If you are in my age bracket and you've not started, like I said the last time, the best time to start is the first best time to start is yesterday. The next time to start is today. So it's not too late. You have to start
Hmm.
now. Start today. When you get out on here, go out and start today. It's not too late. Yes, it's possible that you may not be able to build the level you would have built up if you started maybe 20 years ago. It's a possibility. But now, to relax and say and give up now is like saying, okay, you want to destroy your life in retirement. So my advice to such people is please don't be afraid. Don't be scared. Start today. Start building up. What probably will happen for such people is if health permits you, you may find yourself not retiring earlier than you thought you would have retired. If health permits you, you could see yourself still getting involved with part-time work that will increase your income even after you are 60. So let me say something here. Why there's a general belief about 60 years, there's really no law that says you must die at 60 years. You could work
Okay.
65 years. You could work up to 70 if you are strong. That's the truth of the matter. But especially if the work you are doing is the work that gives you joy, not exert much energy on you. I am not advocating that you should go home and sleep after 60 years. Honestly, that's not the best thing you should do. What I'm advocating is that you should come to a point where you are working in a level that your strength can carry, so you don't exert yourself. So for those who are in my age bracket who have not prepared, please start preparing today. The only thing may be that you may find yourself, based on your retirement goal, to work a bit more in your retirement age before you can say you are withdrawing totally, if health permits you. That's what I would say. You start now, don't fear about it. You still make out of something out of it.
Don't give up. You can start now. I totally agree with you. But I want you to let's go back to something we said backstage, and I think is instructive here. So I'm actually 70. I did not prepare. Where should I begin to invest? So, I mean, you said children are not a investment retirement plan. And in fact, my children are still quite young. And now nobody's ready to hire me again, Fred. I'm 70. What
Yeah.
should I, what should I do?
Okay. Very important in your retirement, even when you have planned for retirement and when you have not planned for retirement, what you must ensure is that you must ensure you have a community. You
Mm,
must be involved with your community. Your community can be your church, your neighborhood. You must get involved because this community is what's going to help you in your retirement. And for somebody 70 years or 75 and you have not planned for retirement, nothing is there. I don't think it's not the best place to be, but I tell you, if you are committed to your community, if you are involved in volunteer work, your community will have a way of supporting you. But I am not telling you to, to stop planning for retirement and hope for that community. I am saying, if it comes to that, your community is very important. Get committed today, be selfless and serve. In the place of service, there has to be somehow that you get people that will support you in your old age. I am not
Hmm.
advocating again that you should not plan for retirement, but if you find yourself in such, then you find out that your community is a very important area that can support you. I repeat, the community I mean is your neighborhood, your church, wherever you belong, those circle you are involved with, the society you are involved with, be a giver in that society, not in terms of money. You can give your time, you can give your talent, you can give what you have. Remember that once you give, there's every opportunity that you receive. So the power of giving will work for you. Because when you give your
Hmm.
time in your retirement, people most likely will give their resources in supporting you in your retirement.
Hmm. Hmm. I hear a word there, and it is what everybody must hear is give. So for you to get support, you must also be giving something. It's not a right, if I hear you very well. It's not a right. So you cannot go there and demand from them. Don't you know I belong to this committee and I'm 78, I'm 80. Don't you think I should think of what I should eat? No, it's not a right. It's a privilege. But as you serve, as you give your time, somebody would reach out to you. So
Yes.
get involved in your community, be a giver there so you can leverage on the social capital later. Very, very true. Now, I hear you say something and I want to bring it out again. In retirement, so you're talking about preparing for retirement. So you have the money. Should you just sit down now that you are retired? So now I'm a retiree. I have at least 1 million that comes into my account every week, every month. So money is not my problem. So what do I need to do? I sleep, I wake up. I sleep, I wake up. I sleep, I wake up. Should that be the life in retirement?
That will be the worst life you can live in retirement. The worst life.
Hmm. Hmm.
Remember that retirement is withdrawing from active work
Hmm.
that gives you money. Retirement is not to go and sleep. It's
Hmm.
active work that gives you money. So in your retirement, that's why I talk about community. You must have to be part of a community. My advice is that you have to look for volunteer, get involved volunteer work. And volunteer self, there is a lot of things you can give to humanity. Over the years you've been working for yourself, this is the time to give back to humanity. And I always tell people you need to prepare for, have what I call estate planning. It's very important. So
Hmm.
don't just retire and say, oh, okay, I have all my money. What is in your estate planning? Have you planned your estate to be able to say, okay, this is how it's going to be. This investment I have, this is what's going to happen to that investment. It's very important. People talk about will. I agree on will, but I will much more than will actually encourage people to get involved with. If you can get involved with estate planning by a trustee, there are many trustee companies around. This trustee company will keep and package and plan based on what you want and make sure that your estate is there for perpetuity. You need to leave a legacy in this world. You don't need just because you plan for your retirement, you want to squander everything and finish that. Some people have to help you to plan your retirement. So I will encourage you to get involved with estate planning. I will encourage you to make sure you are not idle when you retire. Get involved with community. You could do a work, part-time work. You could do volunteer work. You should give your time for hobbies. Some of us has hobbies, and the hobbies you are not because of so much work. This is the time to now enjoy that hobby. You understand? If you
Hmm.
are somebody that
Hmm.
likes tennis, it's time to enjoy it. Retirement should actually be time to relax. You've worked so hard, you strain yourself. This time to relax, but not to sleep. And please do not forget, you must learn to exercise in your
Hmm.
retirement. Don't forget to exercise. Don't be sedentary and sit in the home and say,
Yeah.
I've made money, I eat money. Remember now that you are working, you're exercising, you're moving about, your your body needs to exercise. So when you actually retire, it's more important to exercise more because you are no more active. And let me tell you, if you don't get active, then you are inviting the enemies of your body, which might be sickness. So my advice is in your retirement, get involved volunteer work. If you want to do work part-time work, that's fine. Get involved with your community, be useful to people, be a giver, and of course, exercise.
Hmm. In your retirement, be be a giver of your time. I mean, let the knowledge you have garnered over the several working time be available now to your community. Volunteer. I mean, that is huge because if you don't do that, you are inviting dementia. And that is not your portion. You want to retire and be happy in retirement. You want to get up every morning and exercise and keep fit. So that in retirement, you are still healthy. Yes, you are wealthy, but your wisdom in staying healthy has to come out. Thank you very much. Wow, we've spent 20 full minutes on this. This is huge. But Fred, before I take your last word, I want to take a question. I'll take your last word shortly, but I want to take a question, a comment. I want you to react to a comment somebody had said earlier on. And that is what's on the screen now. It said the rate our returns for mutual funds and treasury bills are very discouraging. The rates or returns for mutual funds and treasury bills are very discouraging. And I feel her. I recall there was a time treasury bill went as high as 18%. And some of us were excited. But today, treasury bill is talking about 1%, 0.8, 0.5. What's your take on that?
Remember what I said about retirement plan. In your investment for retirement, your focus is not particularly about high return. It's about preservation of your capital.
Capital.
And let me tell you, yes, I agree with you, treasury bill is low today. And of course, it affects some element of mutual fund that are tied to treasury bill and bond. But it will not continue to be like that. Investment climate changes. It will still
Mm,
change, it will turn. If you read newspaper this, you find out that the yield on treasury bill and bond has started increasing
yeah,
in the last few weeks. It started increasing.
yeah.
And so those rates that you see today is a function of the monetary policy of the government. And for some of us, we monetary policy will be sustainable for a long time. We believe that that is something for a short term to fix the shocks that the government see in the system, and that shocks will not continue. So for me, my view is treasury bill, mutual fund is still a good place because the portfolio
Mm,
you are putting your money in a place where it's not just your money. They aggregate the portfolio, everybody's money, and share the risk together. And put these are people that every day they think about investment. They think so. It's about handing your investment to these people. So I will advise you not to be discouraged. I'm also a part of it. Nobody's excited about what's happening today, that the returns are low. But I tell you, the same way we all enjoy when the returns are high, let's give time and allow the time. Remember, once you preserve your capital and returns are coming now, I assure you, in a short time, it will bounce back.
mm. In a short time it will bounce back. I totally agree with you. But you've said so much today. We had to overshoot our 15-20 minutes because I couldn't even know where to put a stop on this. And I know that to get you for a part three will be tough. So let me juice everything I can get from you today, knowing that I cannot get a 3.0 edition. But Fred, trust me, I'm going to come back again, but not immediately. But trust me, I am coming back. You've thrown a lot
No,
of bombs in the air, and a lot of people want to look at it. So before I take your final word, I want to encourage everybody on this call once again. Please, 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 and please. You've been on the call, you have listened, but go back and listen again. I had to listen to the 1.0 about 3, 4 times because I kept hearing something new, and I'm like, but I anchored this program, I was there, and I kept hearing something new again. So please listen and share it. Knowledge is not power, knowledge is potential power. Power actually comes when you apply the knowledge. So thank you for all your comments. Thank you for being on air. But beyond that, I need you to act on the things you have heard. And pretty soon, we actually have an expert on the call. Mrs. Max Benije is on this call. One of these days, I'm going to bring her back to talk about estate planning, which is one of her forte. Let's hear what she has to say about estate planning. Like Fred said, it's never too late to start. So please like this video, share it, and pass your comments. So, Fred, over to you, your final words.
What I would say is that retirement is something that all of us will face one day. As long as we are alive, we will face retirement. That's one fact. The second fact that is important that we prepare for that retirement. The third fact is that there is no time that is late to start to prepare. The fourth is that wherever you are today, you can actually begin to plan for it. And please note that it is the future that you prepare for yourself that you are going to walk into. Nobody is going to prepare your future for yourself. So today is for you to prepare that future. And I can assure you that if you start today, you'll be amazed about what's going to happen in the next 1, 2, 3 years. It's a compounding equation. Don't give up today. For those who are in my age bracket or even more than my age, my advice, don't give up. There is no late time. But I will advise you also, get involved with community. Find your community. Make sure you give your time, you give your talent. Support other people. Givers will always not lack because they will always get the reward of giving. Thank you. And for what you said about
Wow, give us.
Binta, it will be amazing. It's amazing for you to bring Binta into this place for people to learn because I've known her and I know that she is indeed an expert in estate planning. And I'm sure that your viewers will enjoy listening to her because it's an important part of retirement. Estate planning is an important part of retirement. So she will be valuable for your listeners in that aspect of the retirement plan.
Wow, thank you so much. So, Binta, get ready. You are coming on Knocks to Nuggets. We are entering the Easter week, so we'll give that Easter break. Immediately after Easter, Binta, please just mark your calendar for us. We are inviting you live, putting you on the spot live. And I have the backing of Fred to say you are coming on to this show to talk about estate planning. Thank you so much, Fred. You have been amazing. I mean, the things you have said here are key. They are beautiful. They are knocks on our heads, but then they are nuggets to live with. Thank you so much. I truly appreciate you. And to all our viewers, thank you so much for being on this call. I celebrate, I appreciate you. Like I said, like this video, share it, and let the world know that something awesome is on Knocks to Nuggets. Once again, thank you so much, Fred, for being on this show for these 2 weeks. It's been amazing. The feedbacks are huge. And thank you. Binta has accepted to be with us. So, viewers, we are having BMG Binta Max Benije with us talking about estate planning in another 2 weeks. God bless you, Fred. Have a wonderful week. And in advance of your birthday, happy birthday in advance. God bless you.
Thank you.
So, viewers, that was Fred Amobi. I mean, awesome time out. If you did not listen, please, if you did not start from the beginning, it's on Facebook, it's on YouTube, the Knocks to Nuggets page. You need to listen to it, take notes, and act for it. Act on it. You really need to. Thank you, everybody that's been on this call. Thank you for staying with me. And never forget this, together we win. See you next week, Monday, 7:45. And guess what? Invite your friends. God bless you. Bye for now.